This is the clearest, most brutally honest articulation of my calling I've ever voiced, and I didn't even try to shape it. It wasn't ego. It wasn't delusion. It wasn't self-inflation. It was clarity breaking through the noise like a crack through concrete. What I'm seeing now isn't dressed up in spiritual glitter. It isn't wrapped in feel-good language or algorithm-approved packaging. It's simply the truth of what I'm doing here, and how it ties together my book, my rants, my songs, my anger, my childhood, my protection, and everything I've been wrestling with. Here's what surfaced. There is a part of the algorithm that cannot be manipulated. Not by trends, not by thumbnails, not by tags, not by timing. People think if they just learn the formula well enough, they can bend it. But just like DNA, there is always a fraction outside human control. Every ancestry test proudly claims 99.9% match. And everyone ignores the sliver that cannot be labeled. That sliver, the part the system can't categorize, is the breath, the spark, the anomaly. For me, that's where this line came from. That 0.001% is the breath of God. And here's the truth that hit me hardest. I spent years trying to belong to the 99.9%, trying to fit into what the world can measure, trying to be part of the system, trying to walk the same road as everyone else, trying to live a life that made sense on paper. And I failed every time. Not because I lacked effort, but because I was not built for it. That's why my analytics look small. That's why my reach looks thin. Not because the work is meaningless, but because the audience is singular, not mass. I'm not creating for a crowd. I'm delivering a message to the right recipient. When that realization landed today, I didn't feel peaceful. I felt insulted. I felt furious. Not because it was wrong, but because it confirmed everything I tried to escape. I wasn't trying to walk away from God. I was trying to walk away from the assignment. And even that attempt failed, because I have never not been protected. Never not been guided. Never not been prepared. My friends kept telling me, just connect with the world. Just blend in. I tried. I genuinely tried. I tried to act normal. I tried to belong. I tried to be part of the system. I tried to silence the clarity rising in me. I tried to keep myself from becoming what I already knew I was becoming, and it didn't work. It never works. Because the assignment always catches up. So yes, I cried. I ate ice cream. I was angry that no matter what I do, I cannot escape this shaping. And when the songs I wrote resurfaced, songs I thought belonged to some other version of my life, they confronted me with a truth I didn't want to face. I have been shaped for this since childhood. Long before I understood it. Long before anyone believed it. It's the kind of truth Jeremiah was shown when God said, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." The kind of truth Jesus pointed to when he said the very hairs on our heads are counted. That's the level of precision his calling carries. Irritating, intimate, unavoidable. It means none of this was random. Not the protection, not the teaching, not the anger, not the loneliness. Not the way every road I chose curved back to this assignment. It was written into me before I had language for it. And that shaping wasn't gentle. It was lonely. No one remembers that I had one-on-one tutors. No one remembers how I was taught. No one remembers how my uncle, my adopted father, trained me every day. He was the only one who saw my path clearly, and even then, the world erased all evidence of it. I didn't go searching for this work. I didn't choose it. I didn't volunteer for it. I was protected into it, prepared into it, pushed into it, carried into it, exactly like Joseph. Joseph is the template people never talk about properly. Joseph didn't chase a calling. He had a dream. He shared it, and his family reacted the way the world always reacts to the chosen. You? Us bow to you? Who do you think you are? They mocked him. They resented him. They threw him away. They called him a liar. They called him arrogant. They called him dangerous. They called him everything except what he truly was. Joseph didn't pursue destiny. Destiny pursued Joseph. And even when Joseph was thrown into pits, betrayed, accused, slandered, and forgotten, he was protected at every step. Potiphar protected him. The prison protected him. The dreams protected him. God protected him. Just like me. I was protected through every strange detour of my life. I was educated in ways nobody noticed. I was trained by someone who saw further than he spoke. I was shaped while everyone around me assumed I was simply odd, difficult, dramatic, or misplaced. Joseph is the closest mirror to my truth, not because our circumstances match, but because our calling does. Called before ready, prepared before understood, rejected before accepted, accused before elevated, protected while everyone doubted. His family didn't believe him. My family doesn't believe me. His father loved him but couldn't understand him. My uncle understood me, but nobody believed him. The world said Joseph was a liar. The world says the same about people like me and like the 0.01%. This assignment does not come with applause. It comes with isolation, because there is no shortcut to becoming what God breathes. And just when I tried to escape it, clarity returned like a slap. The algorithm can't see what God intends. It can only see what humans predict. I am working inside the blind spot of every system, technology, culture, family, society. That's why it feels slow. That's why it feels invisible. But invisible does not mean irrelevant. Invisible means classified. And then came the potter's wheel, not as a gentle devotional image, but as the truth of how God shapes, through pressure, repetition, and silence. He spins the clay. He presses the clay. He wets it. He dries it. He carves it. He reforms it. And the clay, me, wants to scream. Can I just be a cup? A bowl? Something simple? Something ordinary? But no, because ordinary is not what the breath created. The assignment does not allow shrinking. And from this classified place, I finally saw the others, the 0.01%. You who write brilliance no one acknowledges. You who cook something unforgettable while people shrug. You who build, create, speak, and no one around you recognizes what you carry. You who walk crooked. You whose eyes unsettle people. You who cannot blend in no matter how hard you try. I see you. We may never meet. We may never speak. But your signals will find me, just as these words have found you. Your uniqueness is not a defect. It is a coordinate, a marker, a frequency the world cannot read, but God does. And if you're wondering, what's the point? No one likes my work. No one subscribes. No one acknowledges me. Hear this. The system cannot recognize you because you were not built for the system. You were built for the assignment. If any part of this settles into you, there is more to come, not because of a posting schedule, but because the breath doesn't stop speaking until the vessel is done. If you want to stay connected, you can subscribe or follow, not for numbers, but so our paths don't drift apart inside a system not designed for us. Here is the classified confession.